we need to emphasize is controlling that far hip with this elbow here. Because you're dynamic, your objective is not to hold on to them and to attach yourself to them, making it easier for them to be able to move your position. You want to be able to be dynamic, so at any time, you can also extricate. You can basically get up if I need to, go near the belly, come back down. This elbow right here, because I'm not committed to the mat, what I can do with this elbow here is I could just lift it and put it on his hip, right here. For him to turn into me now, it's a lot harder. Turn in, okay, because I'm also blocking his head. If he wants to roll away from me, okay, I block that hip. If he wants to turn in, I can feel. And I'm constantly jamming his near hip, his right hip, with my right hip, and I'm pushing this way laterally and controlling his head. Because the more I take his head offline, the worse it is for him. If he tries to roll into me, I just put pressure on the right elbow here. Okay? If he wants to roll away again, bring it off and I'm jamming. Right now, what I'm gonna want to do is now go north-south. North-south, you gotta roll your hips over their face. Okay? The way to go to north-south is you move this arm this way, and this arm blocks this far hip, or this near hip, as you begin to move your hips across their face. And you want to be in a sprawl. I don't want to be completely north-south because it's easier for him to roll me, but here I can tell that I think John's looking to the left. Is that correct?
Yes.
So it's going to be really hard for him to turn his body to the right, okay? And I can feel his arm. I can control his arm here, because this arm is going to be coming up and controlling here, right? If he starts moving around, I can control his hips, and it's hard for him to move because he's got to free his head. So John, how would you just at a reasonable force there free your head? Yeah, he'll walk this way as I begin to control his far hip towards the near hip here, and you could even begin to get into this position and basically control them very nicely while controlling their head. Okay, you got the arm, and I can feel him grabbing for my leg right here. Okay, and here you can just begin to here if you need to. Go back here. And control and constantly slide up and control. Okay? The way you do this is here, bring my left arm over the reverse cross face here, roll my hip here, and my right hand blocks his hip right here, so he can't follow me. And now I bring my left hip to his face, and I'm here. If you can, control here and control his thigh, okay? And just keep your wrist rigid so it doesn't pop, as he's presumably gonna wanna straighten out his leg, but you have a good control right here, okay? Or not, right here. Because from here, you can now a lot more easily step over their head, turn them to the side, and begin to proceed to control them from a north-south position. Okay, make sense, guys? So this is kind of where you're going to ultimately get to, but you need to be able to control them where you're still dynamic, and your feet can enable your hips to switch. Because if I want to go to the other side and get to here, I need to be able to roll, or as I call it, roll the hips on their face and turn their head. Ready? What you do? Roll the hips. Pinning.